Day 58.
Feels like it, doesn't it?
Oh. What are you doing anyways? Look at that. She's wiping it down. She's not even answering me, but this is what she's doing. Old English. Here it is. Scratch cover for dark woods. Old English is a reviver. It revives. And she's put so much on there. She's just saturated. She's saturated the whole thing, and she's wiping it on there. And actually, she's done a really good job. Look at these cabinets. She's wiped all these cabinets. Did you get the underneath side?
Oh yes, I need to.
Under here, she's gonna do this edge and this edge right here too. But she's wiped all these down. They look really good for 10-year-old, almost 10-year-old cabinets. And you did the insides too, right?
Yes, I did.
And all the face frame, the trim, the crown molding. That looks really good.
Yeah, the crown
How about
molding.
the bottom of this?
Yes, I did.
Oh, look at that. They didn't even...
But you know what? There's nothing there.
See that? They didn't even finish that, did they?
No.
They should have finished that with this here.
Yeah, with the
But they didn't.
That's
Okay, and she's even gone around the edge of this. It makes it look way better. There was lots of scratches and marks on here.
And the wood was so dry because it's very dry here.
Yeah. And so this is really done a nice number on these. And it's a good thing. If you got stained cabinets, try Old English. And I always use the one for dark. Scratch cover for dark woods. And if you got a scratch on a cabinet, it works really good for that too. I think they might even have this in a lighter,
They do.
a lighter shade too. So
I got it.
So she got both of them. Let's take a look. Oh, look at that. Old English helps protect wood surfaces. I think this is not a scratch remover. After you put the scratch remover on, if you really wanted to, after these dried, you could use this. Don't put it on yet. Put it on something that these are already dry. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
you don't want to do
These are all dry.
right at first. And if you've noticed, there's knobs on here. And Momi's pet peeve is cabinets with knobs. Without knobs. Look at this. Here's the bathroom. No knobs. So every time you have to open this, you have to grab your fingers in here like this to try to open it. Usually, if they have a cabinet like this, they would dado in here just a little bit for a finger pull, right there or on the side. But they didn't do that, did they? They only back beveled it a little bit. So to put your fingers in there, you had to be careful, and there were all kinds of fingernail marks and stuff. And see what happens when they close, when you slip. We're gonna put knobs on there, but if you've noticed, here is a wide stile, and if we put the knob on there, let's see here. If we put the knob right in the middle, I was thinking that maybe the knob back screw would hit that, but you know what? Looking at this now a little closer, I think it'll miss. Baby, I think they'll miss. I looked at that earlier in the dark, and it looked like the face frame trim stuck over further to where we'd have to put the knob off-centered. But you know what? We put it right in the middle, it'll barely miss, won't it? So I think that's what we're gonna do, is we're gonna get some knobs, and we're gonna drill a hole in here just to make it a little bit easier to open these. We'll take a knob off from one of the kitchen cabinet doors, and we'll take that to the store and we'll match it up as close as possible. Now see, this was the one that I was looking at. Look at this one. That cabinet, that bathroom cabinet, there wasn't as much gap. See where the gap is? From there over. And it looks like I can still barely squeeze it in. I may have to cheat these over ever so slightly, and I think I'll do it. See how far this one is? If I drill a hole right in the middle, it's right to the edge of this, so I may have to slightly cheat these off. Just a hair. I got the same thing here. I don't know why they did that. See how far the face frame is? They should have made these cabinet doors a little smaller. They should have made these top drawer pieces. These aren't drawers, these are just fake because there's the sinks here, you know. But there's enough room everywhere else for knobs. So we're gonna go ahead and do the knobs. What else did I already do this morning? I've already scraped around the tub. There was caulking in here. This is caulking on the side because they cut the tiles at an angle. It was hard for them to make a nice line there with a grout line. Usually you're gonna see grout lines. But in this case, no grout lines. It's caulking, and the caulking was failed from there down. So I went ahead and scraped that off. I scraped all of this off, and I had to get in there real nice and clean and get that because the edge was sticking way out. And I'm gonna do the caulking nice and pretty along there. I took a long piece off, and I'll take that to Home Depot. Yes, my favorite hardware store, Home Depot. I'll take the caulking there because they have colored caulking that I can use for around the tub surrounds. And so I'll refinish that nicely, and I'll use that same caulking because it matches pretty close to the grout between the tile here. And see along there, they had nasty grout caulking along there that was sticking out, that was cracked and everything. And so I'll have to put a thicker bead down there, won't I? A little bit thicker bead down there. This one I may have to clean up just a little bit. Put on the side there. And I've got a little bit more. Peace. Ha. I got a little bit, that's what my dad used to do all the time. He'd always go, peace. Any case, I've went ahead and cut in lots of different areas. I got a little bit more cut in left to do today. And then what else am I gonna do? Let's see, yesterday I had to clean around the baseboard on the tile, clean that up a little bit better. And I'm gonna put a nice white bead of caulking along here. If there's any grout lines, see in certain areas, like right there, see there's a grout line. I'm not sure. I'm gonna have to make a decision. Do I wanna put white caulking over that, or do I wanna put the tan caulking from there to there and then put white from here that direction? Well, I'll have to make that decision later. And I still gotta patch the back side of this tub. It got beat up. Don't ask me how, but anyways, I'm gonna go to the store and I'm gonna get some fiberglass stuff and fix all that kind of stuff. I'm not gonna do that today. I've got a nice easy day today. I'm gonna have to do some cut in, and I'm gonna check. You know what? See, I haven't finished my cut in up here. See? See here? So I got to finish my cut in. Most of my cut in I got done the other day, but I've got some more paint to go, and I'll finish my cut in today, and then I'm going to start on the doors. But before I do that, I just wanted to kind of show you what's been going on here. Remember the other day, if you saw, I was making some videos on how to install carpet and pad and stretch the carpet and stuff. We had a carpet guy over here, and take a look and view those videos on my channel. It might be something you might think you can do yourself. You know, it didn't look that hard. I've never really done it, but I looked and watched him. I've seen it done before, and I thought, you know what, if in a pinch, if I had to do that, if I had to save some money, and I just had enough money for the carpet and the pad and fixing the tack strip that was already down from before, I think I could do it. So anyways, carpet guy, he's gotten all done. Didn't it look nice? He had 4 bedrooms to do, and he also had this little closet area to do. See, here's the master bedroom. It looks really nice now, doesn't it? And this thing is looking good. This is going to sell, no problem. And Momi's talking to the realtor now. She signed some papers the other day. She's going to put it on the MLS probably in about a week. We're hoping to be out of here, be out of Dodge. And one of the big things I still have left to do. I mean, I've got a punch list for doing quite a few different things, among installing mini blinds. We went ahead and we bought new mini blinds. And here's a tip. When you go for mini blinds, did you know Home Depot, they'll cut these any size you want, and they have a machine at their store. I didn't even know this. I gave Momi measurements, and I thought, you know, exact measurements from left to right, from top to bottom, and everything. And then I even had to decide. You know, usually they have the wand on the left side, the pull strings on the right side. You can do that. I think that's called a left-right. You can also have, if you want, you can have the strings, the pull strings on the left and the wand on the left if you want, or the wand on the right and the strings on the right. You can do all kinds of stuff, because in the kitchen window is at a 45-degree angle. You can't reach all the way back to the left-hand side. So I told her, I says, when you get that one, make sure you get a right, the wand on the right-hand side and the pull string on the right-hand side. And I'm curious to see if Home Depot had those. But anyways, they had a machine where all of the measurements, you know, all the windows weren't the same measurements, but anyways, they took the measurement, and then they had a machine that cut all of the top, the bottom piece, and all of the blinds. I don't know how they did it, but I mean, she was gone for a couple hours to do that. And I was amazed, because they were the cheap type of mini blinds that we wanted. I thought it was going to take them 4 or 5 days to order them, but not so. She got them right there, the color she wanted, and they had them in stock. Well, that's all I got for this time. But I'll be back with more videos. I'm sure you're going to want to see the progress on how this is coming along and what it looks like step by step before we put this for sale.